Singer Jackie Evancho is opening up about her battle with an eating disorder. While the 22-year-old America's Got Talent alum received treatment for the issue as a teenager, she reveals to People that her struggles continued during the pandemic.
For me, I think that it really sort of flared up a lot. And this all started for me when I was 15. And it's just been a gradual sort of decrease in stability there throughout the years. And, you know, with each year I was watching it just get worse and worse and worse. And then the pandemic hit, and that felt really hard for me because you're sitting around doing nothing and there's food everywhere. And so the urge to restrict what I'm eating on top of eat because I'm bored and panic all at once because I have this distorted view of myself in the mirror, it made everything really difficult. And I felt this internal battle. It was so exhausting, and there were times where I just wanted to cry if I looked at myself. It was hard. There weren't distractions during COVID. Another thing that really flared up my eating problems was a year ago, I think. I was in a car accident, and it was the worst one I'd ever been in. And so I was the passenger in the truck. I was in a pickup truck, and we hit black ice and we slid to the side, ran into a tree. The tree bounced us back and flipped us. And I landed on the pavement side. In the car, the airbags didn't go off. So drivers crashed on top of me, and I'm landing in basically pavement. And then I did like that full body scan, and I was feeling if I was injured, my back was the problem. So after crawling out of the truck and getting into the hospital, I found out that I broke my back. I'm in two places, and they were abnormal breaks. They were breaks that you see in 80-year-olds. And that's how I learned that my eating problems created osteoporosis. So now I'm a 22-year-old with osteoporosis, which is very unfortunate. But I had a back brace, and I had to eat to heal. And that whole thing just really, really messed me up with my eating problems, because I was gaining weight to heal. And once I finally healed, it's like my disorders said, okay, now you got to be really hard on yourself, and you have to get all of that out of you and then some. So after that, things got even worse. And that's when I went to another treatment facility.
Jackie entered inpatient treatment for her eating disorder in 2021. And since then, she's continued to work with a therapist and a nutritionist to develop healthier habits.
There are days where I feel helpless and hopeless, but there are more days where I feel like I can fight this. I'm sick of living like this. And that's key for somebody with an eating disorder or even addiction, is getting that feeling of I'm sick of living like this. You know, I want to fight this. This year would probably be the first time that I truly felt like I really want to fight it, you know? So I'm still struggling, and I'm not healthy yet, but I have been able to implement healthy things and healthy coping skills and, you know, better eating habits than the disordered ones. And there are still issues, but they are so much better.
With her health improving, Jackie is now focused on her upcoming album, Carousel of Time, which will feature reworkings of 10 iconic Joni Mitchell songs.
I hadn't been really familiar with Joni Mitchell's work, but I was working with a producer named Fred Mullen, and he said, you know, I think that Joni Mitchell's music would go great with your voice. And so he had me do all sorts of research, and I really dove into the world of Joni Mitchell. And what I found was a lot of beautiful songs that were unique in format and melody and lyric. And not only that, but they were all speaking her truth. And I thought that that was so beautiful and she was so strong, and she put it in such a beautiful way that I thought, you know what? I really want to do my own versions of these and put my own spin to them. I really sort of just listened to every Joni song that I possibly could, and I waited to see how each of them made me feel. And the ones that are on the album are the ones that I felt really spoke to me personally, because yes, I'm singing Joni Mitchell songs, but I wanted to portray them through my voice. And I wanted them to be as honest as possible, which means I needed to really relate and get it.
For more on Jackie Evancho, pick up this week's issue of People on Newsstands Friday.